this will be a cooking episode. Say hi, Coco. She could not be happier. Just so excited. This week I'm going to make macaroni and cheese. I'm really excited. I'm doing it to like meal prep, but I'm gonna put half of it away in the freezer. That way I have it like for weeks I'm really busy. But I'm gonna be using Chrissy Teigen's recipe from her Cravings website. And honestly, it looked really easy. My mom makes the really good macaroni and cheese, and it's from American Test Kitchen, and it is super complicated. Takes forever, but this one literally just looks like you boil the mac and cheese, mix together, or boil the noodles, mix together the cheese, and just kind of bake it. So yeah, I'm excited. So I already got my water boiling, and then I got all my ingredients together. So Coco, can I put you down? Can I put you down? To put the Coco Bear down. Mwah! I love you. I love you so much. She's gonna get so mad when I do this. I'm sorry, I have to cook. I have to cook. I have to cook. Okay, so basically it's one package of noodles. I'm doing large elbow noodles. I don't know, I've seen mac and cheese done with several different types of noodles, but I like this one. Sorry. Okay, so while that's cooking, comes up to a boil. So while that's cooking, the next step is really easy. I already greased my pan. It's a 9x13. So the next step, this will work. Okay. Is 2 eggs. Oh my gosh, that was so aggressive. Woo! 2 eggs, a third a cup of milk, and then a whole can of evaporated milk. I've never seen this used before in mac and cheese, so I'm excited to try it. It's very different than the mac and cheese my mom makes. No, I'm gonna rinse my hands really quick because I got egg all over them. I did not break those very well. Okay, so then in this you're supposed to put your spices. So I've salted the water, which you always want to do. The water needs to taste, as my chef friend says, like the sea. But I'm still gonna salt this a little bit. And then I like spicy. I like mac and cheese with a bit of a kick. So I'm gonna add more seasonings than what her recipe calls for. So I'm gonna add some chili powder. I'm gonna add a good fair amount of onion powder. Yes, Coco, I know it's gonna be so good. Garlic powder. Oops, wrong side. And then she says paprika to top. I'm gonna add a little bit to the mixture as well. All good points, Coco, yes. And then for a little bit of kick, I'm gonna add in some cayenne. Whew, yum. Okay, so then it says whisk all this together. Give that a good go. I love mac and cheese. I request it like every holiday, even if it's not our traditional side, which, you know, traditional in this, whatever. I always request it. I'm like, can I just have mac and cheese? Thank you. If not, my family still does like weird side dishes. Like grandma makes a purple jello. It's an ambrosia salad. It's the ambrosia salad. It's just purple. It's made with purple. Like, they still do some old school stuff, so if I don't request mac and cheese, then you'll have some very 1950s weird sides where you're like, oh, this is delicious. Thank you so much. Not to be ungrateful. Most of the people in my family are good cooks. It's just, sometimes they come out with interesting stuff where you're like, oh, you made that. Okay. Okay, so mixture is done. I mean, yeah. So then the next step is mixing the cheese together. I got pre-shredded. I know that it has a chemical in it that keeps it from clumping. That's not really that good for you, but like I'm also not going to shred this much cheese. My mom's recipe, she does, and that's why I'm so appreciative. Oh, got a text. When she makes it, but it is a pain. So I got pre-shredded, and it's, oh, this was supposed to be sharp. Oh no. Well, I got mild, and then I got, this one's Monterey Jack with jalapeno. The recipe called for Monterey Jack, and this is the only Monterey Jack they had, so, at the store. So what I'm gonna do is in my big old Tupperware, I'm gonna dump both the bags in. And I put it in the pan that was already greased. Ugh. Okay. Do it this way. Okay. So I'm gonna dump this both in there, and then I kind of like to mix a salad with the dressing. I have olive oil all over my hands. Ugh. I'm gonna get the cheese nice and mixed together. I feel like it's easier than trying to do it with a stir or whatever. Just mix this together. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Okay. So put that aside, this aside, and then let this kind of come. You don't want it, it's gonna cook for 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes in the oven. So you don't necessarily want it like done. You want it a little more al dente, that way, because it's gonna continue to cook in the mixture, but you don't want it like so not done that it doesn't. And I like these little guys because these little egg noodles, elbow noodles, whatever, because they cook pretty quick. So I think that's good. Okay, so the next step is I'm going to strain it. Oh, I'll get a facial. Okay, and then I'm gonna put in this hot pan, I'm gonna go ahead and put my butter in. They said about half, yeah, that should be enough. She said half a stick, so that looks right-ish. And then, oh, turn that off. Stick that in there, and then just kind of get all the noodles coated. So I am just stirring it till the butter melts and the noodles, everything gets coated. Okay, perfect. All right. Oh yeah, I love just by itself buttered noodles, so I'm gonna put a few aside. Not to be weird. Okay, so the next step was bring my pan over here. So it's a pre-greased pan. And so it said to put about a third of this mixture. You're gonna layer it like a casserole. So instead of, the way my mom does it is she makes a roux, And then she makes a cheese sauce out of the roux, like a very traditional French technique, I guess. And everything, and then she combines it all. So you've got the cheese sauce with the roux mixture. Alexa, stop timer. Sorry, I make garlic. I'm also, while I'm doing this, I was doing meal prep, so my garlic is in there as well. I make a batch of roasted garlic every week because it is honestly so good on almost anything. Okay, so put about a third of the noodles down. The cheese to noodle ratio is insane. So, said put, and we're kind of layering it like a casserole or a lasagna. Make sure to get in those edges. Get those, oh, I love the crispy edges of mac and cheese. Yes, okay. So then we're gonna put more down. I mean, this is literally the quickest mac and cheese besides the Velveeta shells and cheese recipe I've seen. So I'm kind of excited. It's a good, it seems like it's a good kind of weeknight, gotta get the kids fed recipe. Oh, I love a buttered noodle. Love a buttered noodle. Yum. Okay, more cheese. I'm also going to put this on a sheet pan because I think my pan is a little too shallow. Yeah, Coco, does it look a little too shallow? I think it is. Put the last layer. And I'm trying to get it even, that way it cooks nice and even. But as the cheese melts and stuff, it'll all kind of come together and congeal. So I'm not terribly worried about it being exactly even. The last little bit. Okay. So much cheese. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna basically put this over top, the rest of this. I'm gonna leave a little bit, well, no, it says not to, so I won't. And there's no breadcrumbs on this as well, which I only like breadcrumbs if I'm gonna eat it that day. Once they become like leftover breadcrumbs, I'm not really a fan, because they get soggy. Okay, so you take this egg and milk mixture, and then you're just gonna pour over top. It says to get it pretty even, so I'm gonna try my best to make sure it's pretty even of a pour. And like I said, it should all just kind of congeal. Oh my goodness. It looks, whew, this is gonna give me a tummy ache. Okay, just to be safe, I'm going to put this on my pan. And then it says just a little bit of paprika on top for seasoning, sprinkle. So I'm gonna put that, let's see what y'all look like, so y'all can see what it looks like. Yum, I'm so excited. Okay, so it says put in the oven for 40 to 45 minutes, and then the cheese should be like really brown and golden, so we're gonna do that. Oh my gosh, burnt my knuckle. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so I will come back when it's done. Okay guys, we're back, and let me tell you, it smells delicious in here. So we baked the macaroni and cheese at 375 for 40 minutes. It got a little toasty on top for sure, but I think my oven just runs hot, so, but y'all, look at that cheesy goodness. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this so hopefully we can see together as I serve it up. Oh, I'm so excited. So like I said, I live alone. I can't eat like a whole pan of mac and cheese in a week, you know? So I'm gonna freeze half of this, but I'm definitely gonna have a little bowl of it to start with. Get a, ooh, yum. I'm so excited. So we baked it and then we, ooh, yes. We baked it and then we let it sit. The recipe says let it sit for like 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, just see all that goodness coming out. Yum. It's very cheesy. It's a lot more firm. It's not a very liquidy mac and cheese for sure. So yeah. So let's see. All right. So there's our final product. Let's try it out. I'm so excited. Smells good. You can't go wrong with cheese. It's good. I mean, it's good. It's not the best mac and cheese I've ever had. I don't think I did the sauce as evenly as maybe I should have. So some of the noodles are really nice and moist. Some of them are kind of dry. But I love the crust on top. Reminds me of Luby's. R.I.P. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, for a quick and easy meal on a weeknight, totally, or meal prep, yeah. I would totally do it again, you know. So yeah, give it a 7 out of 10. You know, super easy, still tastes good. It's not groundbreaking or anything, but I mean, delicious. All right, until next time.